Hi, my name is Noreen Alcyone. I am the High Priestess and Shaman of the Veils of Alcyone, here to part the veils between the seen and unseen realms, to teach sacred knowledge and wisdom, to uplift, empower, and inspire. So today we are doing a collective reading for January 2026, working with the Celtic Ogham and Celtic Dragon Tarot. So the energies ruling this reading are death and rebirth, cycles, transformation, and the underworld. This is because we are currently in the time period of winter where we are experiencing the longer nights and shorter days. The darkness of this time gives us more access to the darker portions of our psyche, what lies in the subconscious and unconscious, bringing forth that which is hidden to our conscious mind so that we can clear out what is not in alignment with what we are calling in for this new year. The above energies for this reading is Alm, which is pine or fir. So Alm is a time period of heightened emotion. The emotions can be positive and negative, and they're usually both, but this Ogham usually comes with an element of fear. So collectively, this is a time where we can have a swift transformation if we choose to sit with any fears that we have or negative beliefs and reframe them into something more positive. Alm also gives us an opportunity to choose whether or not we will mentally and emotionally invest in the positive side of reality or the negative side of reality. Whether or not we will choose to stay frozen in fear or to move beyond our fear. So the justice portion of this reading means that we are currently reaping what we've sown. And this is also an indication of karma. So karma means action, and the way that I like to think about it is resonance, and it's what you are in resonance with. So if you've worked towards your goals, you will be in alignment with this. You'll be in alignment to receive the positive karma of that. But if you've chosen a path not in alignment with your spirit and soul, you will also be reaping the karma of that. So karma isn't really positive or negative. It's just the outcomes of the choices that we make and what we align ourselves with on a vibrational level through the thoughts that we choose to think, the emotions that we feel, and the stories that we tell ourselves. So another way karma can show up is through karmic ties. And this is important to remember, that everything in life is a reflection of you. So for example, if you feel like someone in your life keeps undermining you, you have to look at where you undermine yourself and why, and then correct that. So now is a good time to do karmic clearing by working with your spirit and soul and doing rituals where you ask to be cleared of karma that is not in resonance with your truth and what you are calling in for this new year. So the past aspect of this reading is on or gorse. And on or gorse means that collectively, many have obtained a certain level of success, but they're also thriving in an environment that is not optimal for growth and well-being. This is because On can grow in harsh environments and blooms yellow flowers throughout the year. On also has a thorny aspect, which means protecting that which is sacred. So collectively, we have learned to adapt to our environment and protect our sacredness, our innate gifts, and the beauty that we can offer the world. However, on a collective level, many are experiencing having to fight on some level for survival with their thorns. Even though a certain level of material comfort and abundance has been obtained, On says that staying in this position means on some level you will always be undermined and have to use some of your energy to fight off adversities and protect your sacredness, which is an exhausting way to live. So the middle aspects of this reading is straw for blackthorn, Idha or aspen, and or spindle, which is reversed. So this is echoing Om, and that collectively there is currently a lot of fear when it comes to being who it is that you think you are and living a life that is in alignment with your goals and dharma or your soul's purpose. And we will get more into that aspect of the reading later. So essentially, collectively, we are being called to sit with our fear and to clear out any fears that we may have when it comes to living our truth. This can be done by being afraid and choosing to take the leap of faith and act anyways. It gets your nervous system out of the freeze position. If the collective does not clear out the fears they are experiencing, what will happen is the outcome of or spindle, which is reversed. And that essentially means an ill-dignified position. Basically, there will be a cognitive dissonance between who it is that you think you are versus what is actually true in reality, and that will lead to feeling undermined or could lead to other resentments. So the future energies, which represent what needs to be done to clear out the negative, is Salya or willow, and this was actually came out in reverse. So this means that the collective is out of touch with their divine feminine, and to correct this, you need to go inwards and do inner work. So previously with Own or Gorse, you've gone out into the world to achieve what you would like. You might have taken on different jobs, apprenticeships, you've studied, but now it's time to go inward into yourself. And once you do this inner work, you'll be shown what it is that you need to clear, and it will help you to sit with your emotions. And once you do this, that will help reconnect you into your divine feminine, and your divine feminine will assist you in realigning yourself with your innate inner wisdom and inner truth. This can also indicate the need to rest and honor yourself for where you are at and allow yourself to embody what you are calling in as if you already have it. So the divine masculine overpowers and overmasters. The divine feminine embodies herself in the present moment. You can increase your connection with the divine feminine by working with the moon and allowing the moon to reprogram your subconscious and unconscious out of fear, and by working with different goddesses that align with your beliefs. So once you do this inner work and you get in touch with your divine feminine, it will right Salya, which will realign you with your innate inner truth and inner wisdom and help you to clear out fear. Okay, so the outcome of doing this work is doer or oak, and this represents a dignified position. So you will begin to be seen and respected more for who you are, and you will have stability at a foundational level to live your soul's truth. And that is a contrast from Own, which is the past aspect, which has to, on some level, fight to survive. Doer can also represent a door, meaning new doorways and opportunities will open up to you that were previously hidden because you've cleared out the fears and blockages that prevented you from seeing all of the opportunities accessible to you. We also have the Nine of Cups in the a foundational position which echoes doer, in that a wish fulfillment will be granted to you, first in the hidden or internal realms from the inner work you've done with Salya, going into your divine feminine, and then outwardly into the material world. As within, so without, as above, so below. Do not forget the universal laws. Now we're moving on to the soul aspect of this reading. Okay, so in each of these four corners, there are different aspects that have to do with the soul and what fulfills you on a soul level. So this upper left corner is going to be your dharmic corner. So your dharma is your soul's purpose. Then we have moksha, which is what your soul needs to transcend to be in alignment with your soul's purpose. We have the kama section down here, and kama is the pleasure center, so what brings your soul pleasure. And then over here on this corner, we have artha, which is your environment and how you create an environment that empowers you to live your soul's purpose, echoing back to Om or Gorse, which is an environment that isn't always the healthiest for you. Okay, so we're going to start with this corner, your dharmic corner. And in the dharmic section, we have Idha, which is also known as you, and this is a Om of transformation, but since it is reversed, it means that something is blocking you from transforming. And that could be any negative emotions that you're still holding on to. It represents nursing past hurts, betrayals, perceived injustices, and also outdated beliefs that you cling to out of fear with the Om and then the middle energies here. So at a dharmic level, collectively, we're being called to clear out these emotions and beliefs and stories that we're no longer in resonance with. And if you do that, the outcome is going to be the star. So the star actually shows that this is a very lucky period. You can literally wish upon a star. The star also represents your higher vision, your goal or aim of what your soul's purpose is, and what you would like your life to look like. So allow that vision to be your star, or the guiding light that protects you forward as you rebirth yourself into this new year. Now, the moksha section of this reading is what we need to do to transcend and be more in alignment with our dharma. So first we have Muin or vine. And this represents celebration of a job well done. So it's time to celebrate where you are at and all you have accomplished thus far. That also ties into the Salya aspect, which is the divine feminine call for rest and allowing yourself to rest and replenish yourself where you're at and see the beauty in that. So then we have the Page of Cups, and that basically shows that if you do take time for celebration and rest, you'll be granted with the inspiration that you need to move forward. And then once you are ready, once you are replenished, you'll be able to act on that inspiration and allow that action to transcend you into your dharma. Okay, so now we're going to move into the kama, which is the pleasure center of this reading. And this is Bay or Birch, and it's reversed, and then we have the Ten of Swords. So this is another indication that we need to clear out any unfinished business and let go of past hurts that we've been holding on to that are preventing us from experiencing more pleasure in life. So with Bay or Birch, upright, it means new beginnings, and when it's reversed, it's indicating that there's a blockage to a new beginning, and that's because you haven't let go of the past and any hurts and betrayals. So collectively, our soul is really being called to do that. That way you don't stay in resonance with the energy of defeat. Because you have to think about how if you're creating your reality and everything is a reflection of you, if you stay stuck in the vibration of defeat, you're just going to continue to create the same cycle over and over and over again. And that's why it's so important to do this work, to clear these things out and to let the past go. So now we have the Artha sector of this reading. And the Artha sector is your environment and how you create an environment that empowers you and supports you so that you can live out your soul's purpose or your dharma. Now we have Heather or and that means love. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is also saying what these aspects are saying, which is you need to allow yourself to feel safe and secure and comfortable where you are at. Allow yourself time to rest and enjoy the fruits of your labor thus far. And allow yourself to begin to have a reciprocal relationship with the universe and the environment around you by setting the intention that as you relax and rest, you're going to receive love from the universe. And the way that you can give back is by appreciating the beauty of what you are receiving. And once you do that, it's going to thin the veils for you so that you can have a higher connection or a more clear connection with the divine. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, give me a like and subscribe, and like and follow for more magic and more shamanism. Thank you.